Hello everyone. I hope you all are doing very well. Myself, Neeraj Nachiketa, Faculty of Environment and Science and Technology in APTI PLUS. मैं आप लोगों को APTI PLUS में स्वागत करता हूं और क्योंकि मेरा APTI PLUS के साथ बहुत पुराना संबंध है, मैं काफी सालों से APTI PLUS के साथ जुड़ा हुआ हूं और सारे लगातार क्लासेस भुवनेश्वर सेंटर, कोलकाता सेंटर में होता है. So, with respect to environment as a subject which I teach in the classroom, I would just like to today in this session discuss about previous year questions. कुछ सैंपल क्वेश्चंस हैं प्रीलिम्स और मेंस एग्जाम का, एक आपको आइडिया देने के लिए कि एग्जैक्टली क्या नेचर है यूपीएससी के क्वेश्चन का. एट द सेम टाइम आई एम आल्सो गोइंग टू गिव यू द सोर्सेस टू रेफर, how you have to proceed with the subject, right? So to begin with, if you look at this subject here, environment and ecology, see this subject, if you look at from the examination perspective, we can broadly divide based on the previous year questions analysis into 5 major segment, right? Now first segment that comes here, that is in terms of concepts from ecology, like ecosystem concept, or there are many terms out there, ecotone, ecological niche, many such words and terms which are linked with the subject, that comes here. Second thing what comes here, that is a biodiversity, biological diversity, right? That is a area where which is very, very prominent. And in mains exam perspective, biodiversity conservation, this topic becomes really very, very important. Now, apart from this one, then comes here in terms of environmental issues and problems like connecting with pollution, ozone hole depletion, desertification, acid rain, solid garbage, nuclear waste, electronic waste. At the same time, we can think of other type of problems happening with the environment in recent time, like plastics, right? Great Pacific garbage and the plastic part of it. Another, another thing is that in terms of global warming, climate change, right? When you read newspaper like Hindu paper, or let's say you're going through current affairs magazine, you will come across a lot of articles on climate change aspect. Now this becomes really very important for the examination, and both the exams, not only the prelims exam, but also the main examination. Now one more component which comes here, that is a EIA, Environmental Impact Assessment. Now Environment Impact Assessment is a main exam topic. And again, when you read newspaper about mining, about a hydropower project, about large size infrastructure project, you will come across EIA, reference of EIA and the EIA report. That becomes very important. So when we look into the entire syllabus, so we can divide into this 5 segment, right? And the questions in the prelims exam and the main exam continuously being asked from these 5 areas. Now, if you look at from the prelims exam point of view, so if I write here, UPSC prelims exam, here we get to find that from 2011 onward, when the new pattern of exam was brought, continuously you have 16 to 18 questions. Now in the main examination, prelims you have a paper 1, GS part paper 1. So there we find here. Now when we look into main exam perspective, in the mains exam, so what we find here, GS3 paper, you have 3 to 4 questions, 150 words and 250 words asked from environmental ecology area there. Now that is the GS3 paper of the main exam. Now even this, there will be 3 to 4 questions based on this. Now what is a very important thing about this subject, you have to be aware of the theory part of it, the static part, which is there in a textbook, NCERT, reference books, all this comes into that. Second thing what comes here, current affairs, the dynamic part. Government programs, PIB, Yojana, right? Important websites, UN initiatives. You have to be aware of all these areas. तो कहने का मेरा मतलब ये है कि केवल थियोरेटिकल पार्ट पढ़ने से काम नहीं चलेगा, यानी कि आपको बुक और सिलेबस की बहुत अच्छी समझ होनी चाहिए, आपका कमांड होना चाहिए, लेकिन साथ साथ में आपको डायनेमिक एरियाज में जाना होगा, करंट एस्पेक्ट को बहुत अच्छे से करना होगा। आपका करंट अफेयर पार्ट जो है बहुत अच्छे से होना चाहिए। आपको सारे पता होना चाहिए क्या क्या न्यूज़पेपर में आ रहा है, मैगजीन में आ रहा है। मतलब आपको डेली करंट अफेयर्स आपको फॉलो करना होगा इन्वायरमेंट के पर्सपेक्टिव में। दैट्स व्हाई आई ऑलवेज कीप ऑन सेइंग दैट दिस सब्जेक्ट रिक्वायर्स अ कंप्लीट डिफरेंट अप्रोच and it requires interdisciplinary approach. I mean to say, environment questions can be purely from the subject, but it can also be linked with geography, science and technology, agriculture, economy, social aspect, right? A lot of things comes into there. That means environment is connected to every subject. तो इसीलिए ये जो सब्जेक्ट है थोड़ा चैलेंजिंग हो गया। प्योरली केवल तो इन्वायरमेंट क्वेश्चन तो है ही, लेकिन ये ज्योग्राफी से कनेक्ट हो जा रहा है, बायो से रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन पूछ दे रहे हैं वो, कई बार इकोनॉमिक एस्पेक्ट, एनर्जी के एस्पेक्ट में क्वेश्चन आ जाता है, साइंस और टेक्नोलॉजिकल एस्पेक्ट में क्वेश्चन पूछ दिए जाते हैं। जैसे क्लीन टेक्नोलॉजी की आजकल काफी बातचीत हो रही है। एनर्जी सेगमेंट में बात करें तो सोलर एनर्जी, विंड एनर्जी काफी फोकस किया जा रहा है। तो मेरा कहना यह है कि इसके लिए आपको ऑल राउंड डेवलपमेंट जो होता है ना, हर तरह से आपको तैयार करना पड़ेगा। तो पहला तो शुरुआत किससे होता है? थ्योरी पार्ट से, फिर आता है एक्ट, लीगल एस्पेक्ट, ठीक है, फिर क्या होता है क्लियर्स स्लोली ग्रेजुअली वन बाय वन, है ना ये चीज। और थ्योरी पार्ट नेगलेक्ट कर दिया, या थ्योरी पार्ट आपने बहुत अच्छा किया, करंट को नेगलेक्ट कर दिया, दोनों को बैलेंस करना है। सो विल सी थ्रू सम प्रीवियस क्वेश्चंस, राइट फ्रॉम 22 questions were there, 15, 720, 20 questions in 2021 तो होता रहता है, and then 2023 again 18 question and 18 to 20 क्वेश्चंस आते हैं। जो मैं बात बोल रहा हूँ कि कुछ होते हैं जो प्योरली इन्वायरमेंट क्वेश्चंस होंगे, कुछ होंगे जो बाकी सब्जेक्ट से लिंक्ड होंगे 2024 के पेपर में। तो दैट इज व्हाट आई एम सेइंग, दैट कंटिन्यूअसली व्हाट इज हैपनिंग इन द एग्जामिनेशन एंड कंटिन्यूअस क्वेश्चंस आर बीइंग आस्क्ड। बट इफ वी टेक द प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चंस, फर्स्ट पार्ट क्वेश्चंस आर बीइंग आस्क्ड, सो यू कैन फंडामेंटल्स, आपकी फंडामेंटल्स स्ट्रांग होनी चाहिए। इसीलिए मैं बार बार कहता हूँ कि पहले अपने कॉन्सेप्ट को बिल्ड करवाओ, फंडामेंटल्स को बिल्ड करवाओ। उसके लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है क्लासरूम प्रोग्राम, where you learn in the classroom, right? Where you learn about the subject. And once you are done with the subject, understanding part, then comes the next level in terms of going to the dynamic areas, right? So here, in this context, if I take you here, let's look at few questions here. Look at this question. Describe not only the physical space of organism. Now, this is purely ecology question. So the answer is here, ecological mission. Which of the following best describe the term ecosystem? There are questions from food chain, decomposers, question from symbiotic. UPSC has been asking question, right? So here, this given physical space, habitat, and also functional role in the community of organism. This is very clearly given B as an option. 2013 exam, this question was asked, right? Now, what is the equation area between two ecosystems? The boundary like mangrove forest, coral reef, like that question, right? Again, the fundamental concept, important anthropogenic source of both methane and nitrous oxide. Now, this question was in 2022. Now, it is linked with agriculture, which is the crop, which is the oxide, laughing gas, the wheat. So here, you know, rice, bacterial emission, methane, methanogen bacteria emit the methane. So emission of nitrogen oxides, nitrous oxide also comes there. So here, the at least minimum 3 environment. Agriculture comes in environment, disaster. I really want to learn agriculture from both pre and mains exam perspective, which connect historical part, then giving questions, right? Every aspect. Even you can follow my book. There is a 360-degree approach to agriculture from Disha publication. कुछ एग्रीकल्चर का मिलता है वहां पर, और इसको यूनिट वाइज सब में दिया हुआ है, और आजकल एग्रीकल्चर का सैंपल लिया। नाउ लेट्स मूव नेक्स्ट अंडरस्टैंडिंग का अगेन फंडामेंटल कांसेप्ट बायोडायवर्सिटी कंजर्वेशन, इन सिटू एक्स सिटू कंजर्वेशन. दिस अगेन यू लर्न इन द क्लास दैट इन ऑर्डर टू कंजर्व द लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स certain species ex situ outside the habitat. Now UPSC has asked direct question, the most important strategy for the conservation of biodiversity conservation with traditional human life. This was asked in 2014 exam. A, biosphere reserves, B, botanical gardens, C, national parks, D, wildlife sanctuaries. See, very important thing is that it has to conserve biodiversity and also traditional human life. The answer is biosphere reserve. Your organization has a program called Man and Biosphere Program. It's in transfer science B, right? Human development and particular sustainable development, and in terms of conservation of the biosphere reserve. That's where this UNESCO MAB program comes, right? यहाँ तो सीधा क्वेश्चन पूछा गया कि कौन ऐसा कंजर्वेशन स्ट्रेटेजी है। नेशनल पार्क में क्या है? नेशनल पार्क में हाईएस्ट प्रोटेक्शन दिया जाता है, दैट मींस स्ट्रिक्ट प्रोटेक्शन, कि आप हंटिंग नहीं कर सकते हैं, यू कैन नॉट कलेक्ट एनीथिंग फ्रॉम द नेशनल पार्क, for whatever animal species has been made there. So that is a comes into that. Even the humans are removed. Human settlements are removed from national park core area. Critical wildlife habitat in national park, the settlement is removed because there should not be any problem to the animals living there, wildlife living there. Wildlife sanctuary is not there. It is a ex situ conservation outside the habitat. Botanical garden again is not there because the ex situ conservation. Right? Now, wildlife sanctuary is in situ conservation, not ex situ. See, remember that. When you talk about wildlife sanctuary, biosphere reserve, national park. So when you say in situ, within the natural habitat, you have a national park, wildlife sanctuary, right? Biosphere reserve, tiger, all these are there. Elephant reserve. So wildlife sanctuary is in situ, right? The botanical garden is ex situ. Biosphere reserve is also in situ. National park is in situ. Botanical garden is ex situ, outside the habitat. Botanical garden, zoological park. But the question is asking about where human traditional life is also preserved. So that is a biosphere reserve. And I mentioned that this comes under a very important program called UNESCO Man and Biosphere Program, MAB program. And in India, we have 18 biosphere reserves, which are declared by the government. Right? This is what comes here. So these are the direct questions which is asked in the exam. Right? अब ऐसे क्वेश्चंस आना कम हो गए. अब यूपीएससी में इस तरह क्वेश्चंस नहीं पूछे जा रहे हैं. बहुत कम क्वेश्चंस आ रहे हैं. ठीक है? तो व्हाट आई वांट टू से कि अब जो नेचर ऑफ क्वेश्चन बदल गया है, चेंज हो रहा है. ठीक है? तो अब यहाँ पर देखो आप जैसे नाउ नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है स्पीसीज इन न्यूज, अनदर एरिया. Another thing what you find, species in news. There again every year you'll find at least one question on species news and लगातार इस पे क्वेश्चन आ रहा है. लेकिन ये भी बहुत चैलेंजिंग होता है. क्यों? अब स्पीसीज की बात करें इंडिया में तो बहुत सारे, वर्ल्ड वाइड ग्लोबल की बात करें तो बहुत सारी चीजें. न्यूज़पेपर और करंट अफेयर्स में लगातार कुछ ना कुछ आता है. समथिंग एल्स यू विल ऑलवेज फाइंड दैट. So it is become very challenging for candidate what to read, what not to read. And UPSC has a edge. It can select any kind of species, can ask the questions from anything under the blue sky. तो मैं इसमें हमेशा ये कहता हूँ कि अगर आपको पता है तो आप करो, और नहीं है तो गेस वर्क नहीं करना है, उसको छोड़ देना है. क्योंकि आप ज्यादा गेस वर्क करोगे तो ज्यादातर चांसेस है कि गलत करेंगे. और ऐसे क्वेश्चन क्या होते हैं? फैक्चुअल होता है, फैक्ट बेस्ड होता है. आइदर यू नो और यू डोंट नो. If you make guesswork, but you may end up wrong answer and negative marking. So, but what is the thing here? Trend. The trend is that the continuous questions are being asked. Right? Let's look at some few sample questions here. Look at here, this question. Desert National Park, protected areas. You come across continuously, UPSC along with the species is also asking of protected areas. Right? And what species become the part of it. Whether it's a national park or sanctuary or whichever area comes there. If you look at this question, with reference to India's Desert National Park, right? What is given here? Desert National Park, DNP, right? Now DNP is where? DNP is in Rajasthan, right? Desert National Park. Now look at here. What is given? Which of the following statements are correct? It is spread over 2 districts. Multiple statement. There is no human settled habitation inside the park. It is one of the natural habitats of Great Indian Bustard, GIB. And since Great Indian Bustard remains in news, right? Recently, Supreme Court of India has asked the government of Rajasthan and the central government to remove those kind of electric and the wire where GIB is there. Being a heavy bird, it get affected by the electric wire cable, transmission line, and the death occurs. तो उस पे अभी काफी चल रहा है. डेजर्ट नेशनल पार्क जो है 2 डिस्ट्रिक्ट है, बाड़मेर एंड जैसलमेर. सो व्हाट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट हियर, व्हिच कम्स हियर, प्रोटेक्टेड एरियाज. व्हेन वी रीडिंग प्रोटेक्टेड एरियाज, व्हाट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इज दैट वन मस्ट नो द ज्योग्राफी, वन मस्ट नो द मैपिंग. आजकल मैपिंग बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस भी काफी पूछे जा रहे हैं. 2-3 ऐसे क्वेश्चंस आते हैं जो कि इंडियन ज्योग्राफी से कनेक्टेड होता है, मैपिंग के साथ जुड़ा होता है. सो हियर व्हाट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट हियर, you should know the map part of it. जो भी करंट में न्यूज में आ रहा है नेशनल पार्क सेंचुरी, उसके आपको मैपिंग का पार्ट पता होना चाहिए. तो मैप बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस आजकल पूछे जा रहे हैं. वेदर इज वेटलैंड, रामसर नेशनल पार्क, सेंचुरी, टाइगर रिजर्व्स, अभी ये ट्रेंड चल रहा है यहाँ पर. तो यू शुड बी नोइंग दैट. एंड स्पीसीज हियर कंजर्वेशन पार्ट व्हिच इज लिंक्ड विद द कंजर्वेशन एस्पेक्ट. that must be aware of that. So GIB, Great Indian Bustard, like critically endangered. IUCN rated a critically endangered bird, right? There's a project for revival of and increasing the population of GIB. Project Godawan. Godawan is a name in Rajasthan. It's a Godawan. Project Godawan. So two district geography correct. There's no human settlement. That's also correct. There's no human settlement habitat inside the park. See, remember that. Where human settlement is not present, core area. See, when you take national park, there's outside boundary, right? And then you divided, demarcated into critical wildlife habitat. Critical wildlife habitat, what we call core area, right? Whether tiger, elephant, GIB, whatever animal, Nilgitar, whatever. And there's a buffer zone. Now again, this is based on the concept part. So first part is talking about geography, where it is located. Second part is talking about concept under the law. And we have a law, you know that, Wildlife Protection Act, 1972. There, central government, state government can declare national parks, sanctuaries and all this. So buffer zone. So where you find human settlement? Here in buffer zone. Those only certain primitive tribe, indigenous community, forest dwellers, they can be given the right to live in the core area. Other communities are taken outside the core area. But when you say here, no human settlement inside the park, park is here. And you know, within the buffer zone, you have human settlement in the buffer zone. So what no is wrong. No is wrong. And look at here, it is one of the places where GIB is found, that's correct. So answer is C, 1 and 3. कहने का मेरा मतलब ये है कि जिसने करंट से केवल पार्क ही नहीं, उसके बारे में पूरा पढ़ा है, जीआईबी के बारे में पढ़ा है, यानी कि जिसने पूरे डेप्थ में अच्छे से पढ़ रखा है, will be able to solve such question. So you need to be going through any news in totality, every dimensions of the news, so that if any question is asked, whether direct, indirect, statement type, whatever the nature of the question. Now what is happening? UPSC is changing even the nature of the question, right? Even this year 2024, there again the nature of the question was like that: 3 statement and again reservation type of question, conclusion type of question. As you know, 2 pairs have been now given there. ठीक है, तो ये चीज को ध्यान में रखना है, जो बेसिक चीज यहाँ पर है. So this is one sample question I have taken. Now look at another question here. Red sanders. With reference to red sanders, sometimes in the news, consider following statements. Right? It is a tree species found in a part of South India. Tree species. It is one of the most important trees in the tropical rainforest areas of South India. Now you find this kind of question, 2 statement type question, 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2 and none. तो यहाँ पे क्या चाहिए? Geography, climate, right? तो red sandalwood. So you know that Nalla Mala Hills in Andhra Pradesh, Chittoor, Kadapa, right? All this part of it. And the red sandalwood is highly in demand, right? It's a wood, red color. Southeast Asia, Japan, China, they are high demand. Illegal felling of the trees undertaken there. इस पे एक फिल्म भी बन चुकी है, पुष्पा, अलू अर्जुन. Puspa, right? There's a myth there. So that is based on the real thing which of illegal felling of trees in this particular part of the area of Andhra Pradesh is endemic to that area. So instead of writing here Andhra Pradesh, UPSC simply said South India, Eastern Ghat. So here found in a part of this, so it's correct. But now question comes: evergreen tree or is it a temperate tree? What type of tree is that? What type of climate it is there? So this word, one of the most important trees in the tropical rainforest. Is it a rainforest area? Where do you find here? Is a part of Eastern Ghat. Rainforest and tropical conditions and are mostly the part of Western Ghats. Western Ghats, right? Eastern Ghat is a part of this side, red sand is Eastern Ghat. So the rainforest, that is wrong. Right? Is a humid or you can say subhumid or temperate deciduous type of plant there. So here the only answer is 1 only. Right? I'm just through the question trying to make you understand what should be your approach to prepare this subject. कैसे तैयारी करना है आपको ऐसे चीजों पे जो न्यूज में आ रहा है. तो आपको केवल वो न्यूज हेडलाइन पढ़ने से काम नहीं चलेगा, आपको उसके बारे में डेप्थ में पता होना चाहिए. क्या है वो ट्री, व्हाट इज द प्रॉपर्टी, है ना, कैसा वहां का हैबिटेट है, क्या उसका वेदर क्लाइमेट क्या है ना, सारा पता होना चाहिए, है ना. ये चीज वहां पर है. There's another thing which you need to keep there. Now let's look at another one here. Species के बारे में 2024 एग्जाम, द ऑर्गेनिज्म सिकाडा, फ्रॉग हॉपर, पॉन्ड स्केटर इज व्हाट. अब ऐसे भी क्वेश्चंस आ रहे हैं कि 3 नाम दे दिए जा रहे हैं, पूछा जा रहा है क्या है, व्हाट इज दैट काइंड ऑफ स्पीसीज देयर. Now this is factual. This question is a fact-based, factual question. That means if you know, you can do that. But कई बार कुछ लोग गेस वर्क भी कर सकते हैं. You know grasshopper, frog hopper. यहां से अंदाज लगाया जा सकता है कि ये तो इंसेक्ट होना चाहिए, ठीक है. बर्ड तो नहीं होगा, फिश नहीं होगा, इंसेक्ट होगा. सिकाडा जो होता है, किसी ने पढ़ा हो सिकाडा इंसेक्ट होता है, तो पॉन्ड स्केटर नहीं पता है, सिकाडा पता है, फ्रॉग पता है, तो यू कैन सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन, right? That type of question which is being asked here. Now look at here, this another in the news, but in a different way. 2024 exam, right? Based on the last 2 years current affairs, right? 1 year current affairs तो पढ़ना है, लेकिन आपको थोड़ा विंडो 1 साल और एक्स्ट्रा लेके चलना है. अब आजकल थोड़ी पीछे से भी जुड़े हुए करंट अफेयर्स क्वेश्चन पूछे जा रहे हैं. So let's say here Indian flying fox. If somebody knows what is flying fox, and now there's a statement, you know, now 2023 onward, a new trend has started in the question paper that you have 2 statements like a assertion reason type question. Both 1 and 2 are correct, 2 is correct explanation. Both 1 and 2 are correct, 2 is not correct explanation. 1 is incorrect, 2 is correct. 1 is correct, 2 is incorrect. इस साल के पेपर में 2024 में भी ये पैटर्न गया है. अब उसमें क्या किया गया, एक क्वेश्चन देते हैं 3 स्टेटमेंट का, स्टेटमेंट 1 2 3 conclusion and that kind of part. So UPSC can keep on experimenting with the question paper. You have to prepare with the subject. So if you look at here, statement 1, the Indian flying fox. Now see, when you say flying fox, it's not a fox, it's basically bat, chamgadar. In southern India, right, Western Ghat, you'll come across flying fox. It's a bat species, right? Its mouth, its face look like fox. Now look at here, under the vermin category. Now look at Government of India recently amended the existing Wildlife Protection Act 1972 to remove this power of declaration of vermin from the purview of state government. Now the central government only can declare vermin. These are those animals which multiply very fast and cause nuisance to human, damage agriculture, affect crops. So there's a provision under the law of Wildlife Protection Act 1972 that such vermin can be declared and can be killed by the government by giving license to gunmen. बीच में नीलगाय को लेकर प्रॉब्लम आई थी, ऐसे जो है वाइल्ड बोर का एग्जांपल आता है. तो अभी जब कंट्रोवर्सी हुआ वर्मिन को लेकर, तो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने जब अभी वाइल्ड लाइफ प्रोटेक्शन एक्ट 1972 को अमेंड किया, तो वर्मिन का प्रोविजन स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के हाथ से निकाल लिया गया. अब उसमें भी हंगामा हुआ है. नाउ वर्मिन कौन डिक्लेयर कर सकता है? सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट. द स्टेट कैन प्रपोज टू सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट. नाउ ये सब न्यूज में है, दिस ऑल इज इन न्यूज़पेपर, एंड दैट्स व्हाट यूपीएससी आस्क्ड द क्वेश्चन इन द 2024 एग्जाम. So what has been asked here? Indian flying fox is placed under vermin category in the Wildlife Protection Act 1972. अब जिसको ये स्टेटमेंट पता है, क्या ये वर्म सॉल्व? Now what is here? Another thing here, this is the blood of other animals. Now this is a food habit, right? Ecological food habit of that particular animal, bat. Okay, whether this bat feed on the blood of other animals, or whether this bat is a frugivorous, that is a feed fruits. You know, sometimes you read about fruit bat. You have come across Nipah virus and all this in Kerala, fruit bats and all this. So this part is correct. ऐसे क्वेश्चन में पहला आपको ये आइडेंटिफाई करना है कि दोनों स्टेटमेंट कौन सा सही है. क्या दोनों सही है या एक सही है दूसरा गलत है, तो आपका काम वहां पर आसान हो जाता है. तो स्टेटमेंट 1 is correct. It has been declared vermin. But now the question is that about the feeding habit from the biological perspective, from bio perspective, is it a carnivorous? Does it take the blood of the other animals, or is it a herbivorous, feed on the fruits? So this part is wrong. Is a frugivorous, fruits and all this, insect, fruits, but not blood of other animals. Now this blood of other animals, that is wrong statement. So you know the choices like that. Statement 1 and 2 correct, 2 is correct explanation, 1 and 2 is not correct explanation. Statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is incorrect. And this statement 1 is incorrect, statement 2 is correct. So इसका answer क्या है? C है. Statement 1 is correct, but 2 is incorrect. Again, you have read in the news, you are thorough with it, you know what type of animal is there, you have complete information, then it becomes easy for you to solve the question. तब ये solve होता है. Now this is another new trend of the statement 1 and 2 type questions starting from the 2023 exam paper. ठीक है, तो ये चीज को ध्यान में रखना बहुत जरूरी है कि आपको पता है ऐसे सारी चीजें, है ना, ये सारी चीजें आपको मालूम है. तो ये 2024 के एग्जाम में आया हुआ है. Now another thing, जो trend देखा जा रहा है, animal behavior, right? Animal behavior. What you see, this animal is a meerkat. What is a meerkat? In Africa, Kalahari Desert. Kalahari Desert in Africa, you'll find this animal, meerkat, right? But it's just a symbolic. I have taken the photograph. That even the meerkat, it always keep on looking around, right? A candidate, an aspirant, should become meerkat. What do you find? This is a meerkat. Is a mammal. What is mammal? Is give birth, right? Take care of young ones. एक aspirant को भी meerkat बनना चाहिए. This meerkat always keeps around. Look out, watch. Any predator is there, something like that. So, my dear students, you should also become like this. But let's come to the main point. Nowadays, animal behavior questions are asked. Let's take a few questions here. You'll be able to understand. Prelims 2024. Right? I am taking 2024 question. Look at the question here. Consider the following statement. Lions do not have a particular breeding season. A particular breeding season to breed. Lions do not have. That means, in other words, lion can mate and reproduce throughout the year. All right. Unlike most other big cats, India has got 5 big cats. Now, Government of India started International Big Cat Alliance, right? Which are 5 big cat: tiger, Asiatic lion, Gir forest, then panther, leopard, and among the leopard we have clouded leopard and snow leopard also there, and then cheetah. Indian cheetah is extinct. African cheetah has been relocated to India in Kuno National Park, right? So now if you look at here, unlike most other big cats, cheetahs do not roar. They don't make growling sound, right? Now, unlike male lions, we have lion, Asiatic lions in Gir forest of Gujarat. Unlike male lions, male leopards do not proclaim their territory by scent marking. Saying unlike male lion, compared to male lion, male leopards do not proclaim territory by marking with scent. Now, this one does not have a particular breeding season, is correct. It can mate and reproduce all throughout the year. Like most other big cats, cheetahs don't growl or do not roar. Roar, what is a roar? Like lion roar, right? Is correct statement. But when you talk about that, unlike male lions, male leopards do not proclaim the territory by scent marking. Now, this is a wrong statement. Now, my purpose, so here, answer is 1 and 2 only. Now, my purpose here of taking this question is just to make you aware. If you are reading current affairs, you should know about animals. पिछले 5-6 सालों में लगातार यूपीएससी में एक क्वेश्चन ऐसा है जो एनिमल बिहेवियर पे, बायोलॉजिकल पार्ट ऑफ द एनिमल को पूछा जा रहा है. जैसे सम टर्टल्स आर ओमनिवोरस, सम टर्टल्स आर, सम स्नेक्स आर विविपेरस, ऐसे ऐसे क्वेश्चंस आ रहे हैं, राइट? मतलब आपको कभी भी कोई न्यूज में कोई भी जाता है तो उसके बारे में इन एंड हाउ, दैट मींस द बायोलॉजिकल एस्पेक्ट, एंड ऑल दिस एस्पेक्ट शुड बी प्रिपेयर्ड, पढ़ा होना चाहिए, तभी ये क्वेश्चन सॉल्व होगा, राइट? और मैं एग्जांपल देता हूं, लेट मी गिव यू मोर एग्जांपल. लुक एट हियर, डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन. नाउ दिस टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चंस आर कमिंग, सरप्राइज क्वेश्चन, like which one of the following shows a unique relationship, see a unique relationship with an insect. Now what is that insect? If you have to figure it out, that has co-evolution with it, and that is the only insect that can pollinate this tree. In ecology, there's a concept called biotic interaction. This is based on concept of biological or biotic interaction. And when you talk about co-evolution and pollination, is basically based on the mutualism. So when you read such kind of concept and you are reading with examples, you'll be able to figure it out. Fig. The answer is fig. And the fig has co-evolved with the wasp. This is a fig wasp. This fig wasp is the only insect which helps in the pollination of fig. Right? यानी कि इतने डेप्थ में क्वेश्चन पूछा जा रहा है. अब ये बहुत चैलेंजिंग हो गया. दिस इज वेरी वेरी चैलेंजिंग हाउ टू टैकल सच क्वेश्चन. अब सवाल ये उठता है कि क्या ये करंट अफेयर्स में था या ऐसा रैंडमली आ गया. अब यूपीएससी करंट को तो बेस बना ही रहा है, इसलिए मैं बार बार कहता हूँ डेली करंट अफेयर्स. इफ यू रीड डेली करंट अफेयर्स, somewhere in the news or something will be there, you'll be able to figure it out. So one is that current affairs. And the second, what comes here? Second comes here along with the current affairs, the linking with the part of the research studies, scientific studies, and the book and all this. अब यूपीएससी ये कर रहा है कि जितने भी पॉपुलर बुक है एनवायरमेंट के बाजार में उससे बाहर पूछना is asking something different outside there. That means that's why it becomes very difficult. इसका एक ही रास्ता है कि when you are reading any ecological concept, read with the biological part also. See, when you are reading any ecological concept, like biotic interaction, ecological succession, right? Energy flow, whatever concept comes in, connect with the biological aspect. Like you're given co-evolution, right? And then see from daily current affairs or current affairs, if any such kind of species or some kind of thing is coming there, right? You make note of that. Maybe the question can be asked, right? और एक चीज याद रखना कि अगर एग्जाम में ऐसे कोई क्वेश्चन आता है और आपने कहीं पढ़ा नहीं, कोई अवेयर नहीं है, डोंट टेक द गेस वर्क, skip the question. I always keep on saying, if you are not aware, the lakhs of other candidates, they are also not aware. So there is no competition. You have to qualify prelims. आपको उसमें prelims से टॉप नहीं करना है, आपको जो है कट ऑफ क्लियर करके मेंस एग्जाम लिखना है. You have to write the main exam, and nobody can solve all 100 questions correctly. That is for sure. You can try your level best. You can go up to the maximum level so that you clear the prelims exam, right? If you get random such kind of question, so what is very important is better to skip there if you are not aware of it. But while doing your preparation, follow the current affairs such a way that if any animal aspect, any animal behavior, something biological aspect comes, is the answer there. Now let's look at one more. This one. Which of the following organs perform a waggle dance? Waggle dance, right? Zigzag, waggle dance. Get the direction and the distance of the source of the food. That is a honeybees. The queen honeybee and all this, they do the waggle dance. Animal behavior. Again, say animal behavior and point the direction of the food. So that is the honeybees comes there. Again, that's what I say when you're reading first time the subject of environment and ecology. Try to diversify, try to take examples, maximum examples. And then from current affairs, you should connect with it so that you are able to do it. Right? So this is the answer here. Again, animal behavior. Another, now this here. एक और नया चीज आ रहा है, nocturnal, diurnal, poisonous, non poisonous. 2024 में एक क्वेश्चन पैरासिटॉइड का भी आया है. जब आप देखोगे क्वेश्चन पेपर, पैरासिटॉइड, मैं तो कुछ सैंपल क्वेश्चन ले रहा हूं. आई एम टेकिंग फ्यू सैंपल क्वेश्चन देयर, बट देयर इज अ क्वेश्चन ऑफ पैरासिटॉइड, पैरासाइट which harvest parasite like wasp and beetles, all this comes into that. Direct question, factual question. बहुतों को नहीं पता है तो उसमें कोई कंपटीशन नहीं है. You can skip the question there, but if you are aware, then you can solve it. तो ऐसे क्वेश्चन है. Now see here, consider the following fauna animals. Lion-tailed macaque is a primate found in Western Ghats of India, Nilgiris and all this one. Malabar civet, again part of Kerala and Western Ghats. Sambar deer, again you find Western Ghats and many other parts of it. Right? Now the question is that there's different parts of the country you find here. Sambar deer. How many of the above are generally? See what is it? Generally, it's not specific, generally, nocturnal or most active after sunset. After sunset, they are most active. Now, there's another trend of the exam. Instead of giving the 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 1, 2, 3, where the earlier student used to elimination. This 2, I know, this is setting that. So, out of A, B, C, D option, it might be coming. Elimination kind of thing. They've removed it. UPSC has removed it. What is giving? Only 1, only 2, all 3, none. Instead of giving 1, 2, 2 and 3, 1, 2, 3, removed. Another new trend in the question paper being seen, right? तो आपको पता है 3 में से कौन सा nocturnal है. So lion-tailed macaque, right? It basically take rest in the night. You have seen the monkeys and all. That will be there. Malabar civet is also. See, lion-tailed macaque, they're not active. They sleep during the night time. They're active during the daytime. But when you say Malabar civet, a Malabar civet is a nocturnal. It is active in the night time. Active in the night time. Sambar deer also, to protect from predator after sunset, they also remains active after sunset. So if you look at lion-tailed macaque as a monkey, so this will not be there because it takes rest in the night on the tree. But yes, Malabar civet is a nocturnal in nature and Sambar deer is there. That means any two are the answer. Answer will be B. Any two. Only two. आप इसमें एलिमिनेशन नहीं कर सकते, आपको डायरेक्ट पता होना चाहिए, जब पता होगा तभी आप आंसर कर पाओगे, राइट? आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? दैट्स व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू मेक यू अंडरस्टैंड हियर कि ऐसे क्वेश्चन एंड व्हाई दे हैव बीन बिकॉज़ lion-tailed macaque is a threatened species. Malabar civet is also threatened. Malabar civet is critically endangered according to IUCN data book, and lion-tailed macaque comes in endangered category, right? तो ऐसे क्वेश्चन ऐसे स्पीसीज के बारे में फिर आपको बायोलॉजी पता होना चाहिए, यू आर अवेयर ऑफ दैट, एंड दैट्स व्हाट द हियर द आंसर और एंड Malabar civet during the COVID lockdown, corona time, COVID-19 lockdown, this animal was seen in the moving on the roadside and all this. कुछ ना कुछ न्यूज में था, तो यूपीएससी ने क्या किया, उस समय नहीं पूछ के बाद में पूछा, 2 साल के बाद. दिस इज अनदर चैलेंज कि ऐसे क्वेश्चंस आ जा रहे हैं, तो आपको पता होना चाहिए. दैट्स व्हाट आई एम सेइंग दैट. सो दिस इज अनदर एग्जांपल व्हिच इज देयर. नाउ लुक एट अनदर वन. व्हिच वन ऑफ द फॉलोइंग मेक्स अ टूल with a stick to scrap insects from a hole in a tree or a log of a wood. Hole in a tree or log of a wood with a stick, scrap insect. That makes a tool. This you are aware. Ape, ape, gorilla, chimpanzee, apes. They are our nearest ancestors in terms of evolution. They know how to make this kind of thing, as we make the tools and use it. So here, given the choice, fishing cat will not be there. Otter is just found in the water body, wetland and all this fishing. Sloth bear is not there. So the answer is orangutan. Orangutan as a primate. And why it was asked? Because Java, Sumatra, Indonesia, Sundaland, biodiversity hotspot. Because of extensive palm oil cultivation, palm tree cultivation, destroying the tropical rainforest. That is the habitat of orangutan. Now orangutan has become threatened and the number is declining fast, right? So this was in the news about orangutan, and the UPSC asked the question. That's what I've been always saying. Read the newspaper properly and try to connect from there. Then you will be able to do it there. है ना, तब आप कर सकते हैं. इसका आंसर orangutan है, ठीक है. एनिमल बिहेवियर मैंने बताया. एक और क्वेश्चन लेते हैं. Butterflies, fish, frog. How many of them are poisonous species among them? इनमें से कौन कौन से poisonous है? Again, animal world. Again, questions are from the animal world. So butterflies, some butterflies are poisonous. They avoid the predators. Fish also can be poisonous, which is stinging. Can manta ray, sting fish, sawfish. There are frogs. Certain frogs also poisonous. So here the answer all three. 2024 prelims exam. Direct question. यहाँ पर आप थोड़ा स्मार्ट गेस कर सकते हो कि हाँ बटरफ्लाई में तो लगता है प्रेडेटर वहां हो सकता है. फ्रॉग का तो होता है टोड फ्रॉग अगर पॉइजन होता है. फिश में भी हो सकता है स्टिंगिंग सेल हो जो कि दूसरे को करता है, जैसे कि सॉफ्ट फिश टाइप की चीज है, तो यहाँ भी पॉसिबिलिटी है. ऑल थ्री कुड बी देयर. सो हियर द आंसर ऑल थ्री. अगेन एनिमल वर्ल्ड. नाउ कमिंग टू बायोडिवर्सिटी कंजर्वेशन, आई टोल्ड both in the prelims exam and the main exam, biodiversity conservation based questions are being asked. So let's look at few sample questions here. Now look at here this one. Species conservation and particularly IUCN data book or sometimes threats conservation measure like protected areas, right? All these are being asked. Now if we look at here, other than poaching, what are the possible reasons for the decline in the population Gangetic river dolphin. Gangetic river dolphin, which is a national aquatic animal of India. What is this? National aquatic animal of India. Number one, construction of dams and barrages on the rivers, correct. And increase in the population of crocodiles in the river, wrong. क्रोकोडाइल का नंबर बढ़ जाने पे क्या गंगा नदी में पाए जाने डॉल्फिन खतरा है? उतना नहीं है. वहां तो घड़ियाल वगैरह होते, वो नहीं, घड़ियाल तो फिश ईटिंग है, उतना नहीं इंक्रीज है. गेटिंग ट्रैप्ड इन फिशिंग नेट्स एक्सीडेंटली, yes, it is the use of synthetic fertilizer and other agriculture chemicals in the crop field in the vicinity of the river, and agriculture runoff, pollution of river body, river Ganga, and then affecting the dolphin. This is possible. So 1, 3, 4 C as an answer. Direct question about the threat. ऐसे क्वेश्चंस आ रहे हैं, मतलब स्पीसीज के बारे में आपको सब कुछ जानना है. डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन, थ्रेट्स, कंजर्वेशन, उसका बायोलॉजिकल एस्पेक्ट, बिहेवियर, सब कुछ पता होना चाहिए. राइट. एलिफेंट्स के बारे में पूछा गया था, 4 स्टेटमेंट क्वेश्चन देयर. राइट. एलिफेंट बिहेवियर, matriarchal society. Right. Then again, giving birth to young one, calving, gestation period 22 months. States having highest number of elephants, you know that census exercise. तो वहां गलत दिया हुआ था. Highest is where? Karnataka. Then Kerala, Tamil Nadu, all these are there. Assam. तो कई बार ऐसे क्वेश्चन एनिमल वर्ल्ड से, एनिमल के बारे में, उसको कनेक्ट करके पूछा जा सकता है. ज्योग्राफी, गवर्नमेंट पॉलिसी, सेंसस, समथिंग ऑफ दैट. So here this part comes here. Now coming to this one, which one of the following national parks here? Protected areas there. National park has a climate that varies from tropical to subtropical, temperate and Arctic. That means the national park from subtropic to tropical, right? From tropical, subtropical, temperate. Based on the climate varies. That question there. Kanchenjunga National Park, that is Sikkim. That is alpine. So it is a high area, high altitude area. Nanda Devi, Uttarakhand, Chamoli district, Bageshwar, and right, Chamoli, Bageshwar, that area, right? That where the Nanda Devi Biosphere Reserve is UNESCO World Heritage Site, right? Kanchenjunga is also UNESCO World Heritage Site. Neura Valley, very fine. There is a North Bengal, and that is Darjeeling, and Sikkim part. Going on that way, Namdapa, Arunachal Pradesh is also Tiger Reserve and National Park. That's where it comes there. Question is about the climate, tropic to subtropic and temperate and Arctic, even Arctic also, alpine. When you go up in the mountains, more than 3,500 meters above mean sea level, right? Snow line and everything comes there. That's the correct answer, Nanda Devi. That variation is there, right? वहाँ variation आता है. तो protected area, that is a mapping, geography part. Based on that, the question has been asked, right? वहाँ पे question पूछा गया. There is another sample question I have given. Then look at wetland, Ramsar site, right? UPSC has been asking about Ramsar site based on Ramsar Convention, wetland of international importance. And this 2022 question, the year 2022, pair question here, which is correct pairs. That's what you find in the prelims exam question. And now, what UPSC has started in 2024, after 2 years, 2022 it was only one question of this nature. Any one, any two, and all this among the pairs. 2023 it has increased the only one, only two, only three type of question. 2024, now they are giving two pairs. Pair one list, second list. That means you need to know two different information about that particular given there. Options. Two lists been given and then you have to match the correct pairs. So getting more and more information you require to solve such question. कहने का मतलब है कि एक पेयर तो आप फाइंड आउट कर लोगे, लेकिन कई बार क्या होता है, जब अगर मान लो दो पेयर दे दिया जाए, दिस वन लिस्ट, सेकंड लिस्ट, तो यानी कि यूपीएससी आपसे एक तो ये इंफॉर्मेशन पूछ ही रहा है एक लिस्ट, अब दूसरा लिस्ट भी दे रहा है, उसके साथ भी मैच करा रहा है, इसका मतलब और इंफॉर्मेशन पूछ रहा है, तो उसके थ्रू यूपीएससी आपसे और उस पर्टिकुलर गिवन चीजें हैं उसके बारे में और जानकारी टेस्ट कर रहा है कि कितना आपने पढ़ रखा है, हाउ मच यू हैव रेड। ठीक है, तो मेरा ये कहना है कि क्वेश्चंस का नेचर बदल रहा है एंड यू हैव टू बी प्रिपेयर्ड विद, सो शॉर्टकट नहीं चलेगा, आपको थॉरली पढ़ना होगा, पूरा डिटेल में पढ़ना होगा, पूरा पता होना चाहिए, right? This I always keep on saying to the candidate. Now look at, is it again geography linked, environment with geography. Hokera wetland, this is all a Ramsar site. Hokera wetland is not in Punjab, is in Kashmir. Hokar sir, Srinagar. So if you have gone through the Ramsar sites, that means based on the mapping, if you have done the mapping exercise through the map of India, all major national park, all sanctuaries, all Ramsar sites, tiger reserves, elephant reserves, you will be in position to solve that. Now look at here, so it's not in there. So this is wrong pair. Renuka wetland, Himachal Pradesh is correct. Himachal has got 3 Ramsar sites. Renuka, then the Pong Dam, and then Chandratal. So Renuka, this is Sirmaur district of Himachal Pradesh. Now Rudra Sagar Lake, Tripura is correct. Northeast India, Tripura, Agartala, correct. Tripura there, Agartala there. The capital of Tripura, Agartala, this is there. Sastam Kota Lake, Tamil Nadu. Now this is wrong. Sastam Kota Lake is not in Tamil Nadu, is in Kerala. Kerala has got 3 Ramsar sites. Sastam Kota, then Vembanad, that's the backwater system of Kerala, and then Astamudi. Astamudi and Sastam Kota are located Kollam district. Vembanad is a LP, Alapura, and that adjoining part of it there. So under Ramsar's convention that comes, so only 2 pairs are there. There is only 2 pairs. B as an answer. So now try to see the kind of question linking with geography, location, maps. Plus, now UPSC is going to give one more pair. That means you need to know about Ramsar site even more to solve such question. Right? So this is again very important question I am discussing right now. Now look at 2023 question. Now again government policies like here Act, lot of acts on forest, wildlife, biodiversity, then policies, then initiatives. Let's say government program initiatives from PIB, Yojana, right? Anything from the government of India, Central Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Again that becomes. Now if we look at here, community reserve. Once the central government notifies a community reserve, conservation reserve, community reserve, that is comes under Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Chief Wildlife Warden, that is the post under the Wildlife Protection Act of the state, becomes the governing authority of such forest. Hunting is not allowed in that area, right? People of such area allowed to collect non-timber forest produce, manure forest produce. People of such areas are allowed to collect allowed for traditional agriculture practices, right? So again, only 1, only 2, only 3, all 4. The answer is all 4. All of these are correct. So now knowing the law, and since this is very, very important from the Wildlife Protection Act 1972, you should be aware of. Now if you see further, another part of it, Biodiversity Management Committee, BMCs, right? Now this is from Biodiversity Act. Now recently Government of India also amended Biodiversity Act 2002, which we have passed with respect to CBD, Convention on Biodiversity, UN Convention. So here, 2 statements given here. In India, the biodiversity management committees are the key to the realization of objective of Nagoya Protocol. Now, CBD has got this Nagoya Protocol, Cartagena Protocol, Nagoya Protocol. The Nagoya Protocol deals with access and benefit sharing. It deals with access to genetic resources, biological resources, And also whatever the benefit, market benefit, commercial benefit is given, the sharing of that commercial benefit to the local people or community which are involved in conservation of such genetic resources or bioresources. There the Nagoya Protocol comes at international level, legally binding agreement. So if we take here, so in terms of at the local level, where the BMC work? BMC work at the local level there. State level you have State Biodiversity Board, and national level we have NBA, National Biodiversity Act. Under that, National Biodiversity Authority, NBA, National Biodiversity Authority. State has got State Biodiversity Board, and at the local level, panchayat level, and urban area, municipality level, we have BMCs, Biodiversity Management Committees, right? Even they now look at here. So this is correct. Now, the Biodiversity Management Committees have important function determining access and benefit sharing. This is what the Nagoya Protocol is all about, including the power to levy collection fees to the access of biological resources within jurisdiction. This is also correct. The answer is both 1 and 2. Again, you can see law. Again, the government have amended the law and everything. We want to promote more and more traditional knowledge through this act, commercialization part, right? तो ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाता है कि आपको पता होना चाहिए ऐसे लॉ और बाकी से. फिर एक और एरिया क्या आता है? Pollution, environmental pollution, right? And you know, this is a part of human life. Continuously in newspaper, we come across the pollution part, air, water, land, right? और अभी आजकल बर्निंग इश्यूज प्लास्टिक को लेके है, प्लास्टिक पोल्यूशन, ओशियन पोल्यूशन, मराइन पोल्यूशन, ऑयल स्पिल, राइट? अब न्यूक्लियर, ई वेस्ट, बहुत कुछ, बायोमेडिकल वेस्ट, बहुत सारी चीजें ऐसे हैं. तो यू कैन सी हियर इन वाटर पोल्यूशन इन दिस few sample question. Look at here. Photochemical smog, right, is a resultant of reaction among a direct question. What it forms there? What is called summer smog. One is winter smog in Delhi. There's because of burning of stubble and all, vehicular pollution, construction, dust particles, industries, power plant, whatever. That is what happens in winter, that climate condition. But when you look into summer and all this area, industrialized area where the pollution is very high, there we have photochemical smog, right? It's also called Los Angeles smog based on the US. So what is an NO2, O3 and peroxyethyl nitrate in the present sunlight? This is the answer. If anybody has read about photochemical smog, how it forms, it is given in the NCERT book also and books also there. So you'll be able to solve that. The person will be able to get the answer. And the same photochemical smog was asked in mains exam. Formation, impact, mitigation in the main exam. And also Gothenburg Protocol. What is it? Gothenburg Protocol is European protocol, legally binding agreement to control this pollution from nitrogen, right? Photochemical smog, eutrophication, ground level ozone, because this smog is formed because of the tropospheric ozone, ground level ozone, which is bad ozone. All this we study in the classroom and the part of it there. So answer is A here. The direct question has been asked. Now look at this question, 2024 exam. Very simple question. According to Environment Protection Agency, EPA, which one of the following is the largest source of sulfur dioxide emission? Simple question. Sulfur dioxide emission. Locomotive using fossil fuel, like vehicles, ships using fossil fuels, extraction of metals from ores, metallurgy, power plant using fossil fuel. The answer is power plant. Thermal power plant, TPP, where the burning of coal is there. And continuous there is required burning of coal. So there is a more emission of sulfur dioxide gas. And that is again hazardous, not only human health, acid rain and all these forms that comes there, right? Acid rain and everything comes in. So that is again direct question, pollution based question. Every year you will find question from pollution. Now look at another question to the 24. Sometimes what UPSC is asking the question pollution, our day-to-day life, something which is linked to our life and is a part of our use and is connected with pollution. Because pollution is directly from us, anthropogenic, and pollution impact us also. So nowadays, UPSC is selecting such kind of topic which we use in our day-to-day life, whether it's a plastic or any kind of chemical used in furniture or cosmetic product or electric switches, right? वहां से क्वेश्चन पूछा जा रहा है कि जो चीज हम यूज कर रहे हैं ऐसे ऑब्जेक्ट और कोई ना कोई केमिकल से बना हुआ कुछ पोल्यूशन है, वहां से पूछा जा रहा है, लाइक ब्रोमो वो ब्रोमिनेटेड फ्लोरो ब्रोमिनेटेड रिटार्डेंट, राइट? ब्रोमिनेटेड फ्लोरो रिटार्डेंट, ब्रोमो फ्लोरो रिटार्डेंट, वो पूछा गया। लेड इन लेड ऑल दिस हेवी मेटल्स, उसके बारे में क्वेश्चन पूछा जा रहा है, राइट? अगेन 2024 को chewing gums have been asked, which we eat, chewing gums. See here, statement 1, statement 2 type question. Many chewing gums found in the market are source of environmental pollution. Because after chewing, we throw it. Now another thing, statement 2. Many chewing gums contain plastic as gum base. Plastic. I will keep on doing that. Then it becomes a kind of just like plastic, it becomes a gum base. So which one of the following is correct with respect to that? The answer is A, simple question. You don't require PhD in this kind of question. Right? आसानी से आप इसका आंसर कर सकते हो कि च्युइंग गम जब फेंकेंगे तो वो पोल्यूटेड का ही काम करेगा, और प्लास्टिक बेस होता है, कभी आपने खाया है च्युइंग गम तो उसके नीचे पार्ट में जो होता है वो क्या होता है, पूरा प्लास्टिक जैसा ही बन जाता है लगातार च्युइंग करने के बाद। अब वही प्लास्टिक हमारे ब्लड में जा रहा है, हमारे बॉडी में जा रहा है और हमारे हेल्थ को इम्पैक्ट कर रहा है, इन्वायरमेंट इम्पैक्ट हो ही रहा है, हेल्थ भी इम्पैक्ट हो रहा है। तो दोनों स्टेटमेंट सही है और सेकंड इज द करेक्ट एक्सप्लेनेशन ऑफ वन, तो ए इज द आंसर हियर, राइट? A becomes the answer here, that part of there. So this is what we are using there. Now look at here. Consider the following: aerosols, foam agents, fire retardants, lubricants used in vehicles and lubricants, machines, all lubricants. In the making of how many of the above are hydrofluorocarbon used? HFCs. And HFCs affect ozone, stratospheric ozone, that is our good ozone, plus they are potential greenhouse gases. It causes 1,000 times more warming than carbon dioxide gas. Refrigerator, AC, HFC we have. And there's a Kigali agreement to phase out the use of HFC by 85% by the mid of the century, by 2050. India is also a member of that. So the answer is all four. Fire retardant, lubricant, foam agent, aerosol, right? So direct question. And again, our day-to-day life, that's what is the question being asked. Now another thing, international agreements. There are questions from international agreements, UN initiatives, and all those agreements, whether climate change, biodiversity, pollution, different aspect of that. Questions are being asked. Now let's look at here. If we take the question here, there's invasive species specialist group, which looks into invasive species which are affecting the ecosystem and the native biodiversity. सीधा क्वेश्चन, ये इस तरह का क्वेश्चन आजकल काफी आ रहा है कि सीधा एक क्वेश्चन पूछा जाता है ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बेस्ड. व्हाट इज योर इन्वॉल्व ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बेस्ड, whether it is a global organization or national level organization, which is there in the news, right? And direct question. Sometime report, direct question. Traffic was asked, traffic, right? WWF, traffic, TRAFFIC, trade related, right? There's a record, trade record aspect of, right? There's a flora and fauna and commerce. That's what asked. Now here IUCN. That one, either you know or you don't know, factual, fact based question there. UNEP, United Nations World Commission for Environment Development, Worldwide Fund for Nature, IUCN is there. अगर आपने कहीं पढ़ा है करंट अफेयर्स में कौन सा बॉडी किसके थ्रू है तो आप इसको सॉल्व कर सकते हैं, ये इंटरनेशनल एस्पेक्ट में. देन लुक एट द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, वेटलैंड कंजर्वेशन, रामसर कन्वेंशन on wetlands of international importance, Montreux record. Those Ramsar sites which are threatened, they're kept into Montreux record. 2014 exam question. If a wetland or international importance brought under the Montreux Record, what does it imply? A, changes in ecological character have occurred, either it has done, are occurring, taking place right now, or might occur, likely to occur in the wetland as a result of human interference, pollution, technological development, urbanization, so and so. A is the answer. कहने का मतलब जिसको पता है मॉन्ट्रिक्स रिकॉर्ड क्या है, कौन से कन्वेंशन में आता है, कन्वेंशन, कॉन्फ्रेंस, प्रोटोकॉल, एग्रीमेंट्स, all these are important for the exam. Organization, right? UN initiative, all are important for the exam. तो वहां पर जिसको पता है मॉन्ट्रिक्स रिकॉर्ड में क्या होता है, कैन इजीली गेट द आंसर. इसे सोचने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगा. ठीक है, ये क्वेश्चन था वहां पर. देन यू कैन सी हियर FAO, फूड एंड एग्रीकल्चर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, GIHS, globally important agriculture heritage system. So what is the overall goal of this initiative? A, to provide modern technology. Is number one, to provide modern technology, training and modern farming methods and financial support. That is wrong. To identify, safeguard eco-friendly traditional farm practices, their associated landscape, agriculture, biodiversity, knowledge system. This is correct. Globally important agricultural heritage system, which heritage is coming from long time. Traditional farming system. इंडिया में 3 है, कोरापुट मिक्स्ड फार्मिंग सिस्टम इन ओडिशा, कुट्टानाड दैट इज बिलो सी लेवल फार्मिंग इन केरला, एंड थर्ड इज अ saffron, केसर, saffron cultivation in Kashmir. So here this part, now to provide geographical indication, GI status or GI tag to all the varieties of the agricultural products, in that is wrong. It has nothing to do with IPR, intellectual property rights, or GI tag or part of it, or using any modern technology and all this part. It basically preserves such heritage, agricultural heritage sites through GHS tag. The answer is 2 only. B as an answer. So such kind of initiative for agriculture sector, traditional farming system. There the question has been asked. फिर आप ये देखो climate change, global warming, climate change, and you know that cyclone, tornado, right, sea level rise, heat wave, all these are the burning issues now. So you read in the chapters about such kind of areas. So now if you look at here, what I would like to climate change question, let's look at certain sample question. The common carbon metric supported by UNEP, again based on international aspect. UNEP has been developed by A, assessing the carbon footprint of the building operation around the world, enabling commercial farming entities around the world to enter carbon emission trading. Carbon emission trading part is given. Enabling government to assess the overall carbon footprint of the country, assessing the overall carbon footprint caused by the use of fossil fuel by the world in a unit time. तो इसका पता होना चाहिए, अगर आपको मालूम है तब आप कर सकते हो, आप है ना. तो यहाँ पर क्या चीज है, कार्बन फुटप्रिंट ऑफ द बिल्डिंग ऑपरेशन नहीं, enabling commercial farming नहीं, enabling government to assess the overall carbon footprint caused by their countries, this that part. Assessing overall carbon footprint caused by the use of fossil fuel is not there. UNEP का जो है. Now look at this question. The term INDC, intended nationally determined contributions, seen in the context of what? That is, Paris Agreement. So, Paris Agreement on climate change, UNFCCC, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. The pledges made by the European countries to rehabilitate refugees, plan of action outlined by the countries of the world to combat climate change, fight climate change. That is correct. See the question, current aspect. That based on that question is there. Then again, see, what is the greenhouse gas protocol? It is an international accounting tool, right, for government and business leaders to understand, quantify, and manage greenhouse gas emission. A is the answer. A being the answer here. Accounting tool, carbon emission. Such kind of global initiatives, which is under the UNFCCC, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, or such body like UNEP, and at the same time, it also from the climate change perspective, fighting climate change, global climate change, right? Climate smart agriculture, all other measures there, mitigation and adaptation strategies, Paris Agreement and the implementation, that all comes there. So here, this current affairs, again current affairs based, A is an answer. Now look at this question. Paris Agreement 2015, 2016, the question was there. With reference to a UNFCCC meeting in Paris in 2015, So which will be correct here? The agreement was signed by all the member countries of the UN. It will go into effect in 2017. That is wrong. After 2020. Now, the agreement aims to limit greenhouse gas emission so that the rise in average global temperature by the end of the century does not exceed 2 degrees Celsius or even 1.5 pre-industrial level. That's correct. That should not go more than 2 degrees Celsius by the end of the century. And government will try at 1.5 degrees Celsius. That is what the Paris Agreement looks into. That is again the theoretical part, theory part of it. Then again, developed countries acknowledged their historical responsibility in a global warming and committed to donate $1,000 billion a year from 2020 to help developing countries there. This is again wrong. Again, fact, climate finance. Right? How much climate finance will be given? Is it $1,000 billion US dollar or $100 billion US dollar? Is $100 billion US dollar every year from 2021 till 2025. So total comes $500 billion US dollar. So if you know the fact, climate finance, then you can solve. Even 2024, there is a question on the climate change based on the Paris Agreement, European, like sometimes, EU, European Union, European Commission taking the initiative. So here the answer is 2 only, B. तो जिसको करंट अफेयर्स पता है, जिसने ये सब चीज पढ़ रखा है, सब कुछ मालूम है, उसके बारे में थॉरोली कर रखा है, वही इसको कर सकता है. ठीक है, तो ये चीज को ध्यान रखना है. क्लाइमेट चेंज इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक है, लगातार क्वेश्चन आता है, पूरा पढ़ के रखना है उसको. ठीक है. नाउ कमिंग टू दिस वन, मेन एग्जाम, GS3 पेपर. I'm just listing the topics where the last 3-4 years in the main exam questions have come. ठीक है, आप देखो यहाँ पर. Define the concept of carrying capacity of an ecosystem. Concept based question. Ecosystem, carrying capacity, sustainable development. उस पे क्वेश्चन है. Explain how understanding of this concept is vital while doing planning. And again, main question will be again applied in nature. Planning the sustainable development of region. Now look at another. What is a wetland? See, the challenge is prelims exam, diversified topics. Main exam, you can easily write good answer. 150 words, 250 words. If you know the syllabus part, it will not be difficult for any one of you to write good answer. अगर आपने syllabus अच्छे से पढ़ लिया है, current ठीक अच्छे से किया, तो क्यों नहीं आप अच्छे आंसर लिखोगे? Practice किया तो आप कर सकते हो. Now see, explain the Ramsar concept, why is used in the context of wetland conservation. Give 2 example Ramsar sites from India. कोई भी दे सकते हैं. Sikkim is the first organic state in India. Organic farming. What are ecological, economical benefit of organic state? Short answer question. How does biodiversity vary in India? कैसे biodiversity change होता है इंडिया में? How is the Biological Diversity Act be? This law is helpful in conservation of flora and fauna. The role of the act. Then climate change. Climate change is a global problem. How will India be affected by climate change? What is the impact of climate change in India? How Himalayan and coastal states of India will be affected by climate change? Himalayan range and coastal states affected by climate change impact. Even last year 2023 question has been asked that how all over the India and the Indian Ocean sea level rise, how that impacts and how this can be mitigated and adapted to that impact. Now EIA, I told you the EIA is the main exam topic. Environmental impact assessment studies are increasingly undertaken before the project to clear by government. Discuss the environmental impacts of the coal-fired thermal power plants at Pithead based, from where coal is taken. Near to that thermal power plant, what will be impacts on the environment, air, water, land, EIA study, and the method and procedure that need to be written here. Now look at you. What are the impediments in disposing the huge quantity of discarded solid waste, garbage? So what are impacts will be on garbage disposal without treatment, solid waste, which are continuously being generated. Now, how do we remove safely? See, how do we remove safely? We have a solid waste management rules. Every waste we have a management rules. The toxic waste that have been accumulated in our habitat, how we can remove, segregate, treat, right? Then sanitary landfill, incineration. Now we are talking WT, waste to energy plant that comes. Then again, what is explain the purpose of Green Grid Initiative, GGI, climate change part, global climate aspect. Explain the purpose of Green Grid Initiative launched at the World Leaders Summit of COP26, Conference of Parties of Climate Change, COP26, Glasgow Summit in Scotland. Last year it was in Dubai, COP28. So you can see here, Climate Change Conference, Glasgow in November 2021. What are the idea? When was the idea floated for the first time in International Solar Alliance? International Solar Alliance has been asked in PT exam also, 2016. Is alliance of the countries which are going to promote solar-based technology for power generation, energy, and other thing. Initially, 121 round, 121 tropical countries came forward in 2015 COP21 Paris Summit. But now the numbers have been open to others also there. $1,000 billion investment in solar technology. And what is Green Grid Initiative? Intercontinental grid of solar power. That was bandwidth floated 2017 from India. India is the headquarter of ISA, International Solar Alliance. Now look at here. Describe the key points of the reviewed Global Air Quality Guidelines. Global Air Quality Guidelines released by the World Health Organization, WHO. Event has been asked in pre-exam also. WHO, in terms of air quality and the health, comes out with guidelines. After 17 years, this guideline has been revised. And India followed National Air Quality Program based on these guidelines. So here, how are these different from the last update in 2005? 2021, not 2005. How it is different, comparison. Now, what changes in India's National Clean Air Program? We have a NCAP, National Clean Air Program, right? To achieve this revised standard. How we can achieve by making changes to our national program? 3 parts of the question. Long answer, 250 words. Now here, describe the major outcome of the 26th session of Conference of Parties of United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, UNFCCC, COP26, Climate Change Summit, Glasgow. What are the major achievement, major outcomes of that summit? Current affairs. That means if student has followed current affairs, क्या-क्या न्यूज में था उस समय में, ग्लासगो समिट में क्या-क्या आउटकम है, can easily write answer. सीधा क्वेश्चन पूछा गया, direct question is asked. What are the commitments? See here, what are the commitment made by India in this conference? Answer in 250 words. एक है कि उस समिट में क्या-क्या आउटकम था, ग्लासगो समिट COP26 2021. और दूसरा इंडिया ने क्या कमिट किया है कि विल बी हैविंग 500 गीगावाट सोलर, दैट इज रिन्यूएबल पावर, दैट then we are going to have increase 40% increase in cumulative power supply from non-fossil fuel, right? We are going to capture 2.5 to 3 billion tons carbon through forestry, clean technology, premature life program. So many things are there. We have National Action Plan on Climate Change, NAPCC, with 8 missions, and we are adding 4 new missions. All these you study in the classroom, theory part, syllabus part, and the current affairs, mains exam. One can easily write answer. Last year, 2023, dam burst, right? Dam, failure of dam, question was asked. तो आप सोचो कितने टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चंस आ रहे हैं और ये विद इन रिच हो सकता है. तो मैं अभी इसमें कुछ सोर्सेज बताता हूँ. Look at here, sources to refer. First, you should start from NCERT class 12th biology book unit 10. If you're beginner और आपका कॉन्सेप्ट लेवल बहुत अच्छा नहीं है, आप यहां से स्टार्ट करो, क्लास 12 बायोलॉजी. देन रेफरेंस बुक is this one, Environment and Ecology, a Dynamic Approach, GKP Access publication. This is the book. Environment and Ecology, Dynamic Approach from GKP Access publication. It's a multicolored book with all revised thing, everything revised, with current aspect, everything. Pre-mains, disaster management, EIA, all things are there. So that is what comes here. Now newspapers, the Hindu and Indian Express. Then comes the magazines, Down to Earth magazine, Yojana, then APTI Plus. APTI Plus magazine on current affairs. IS Gadget. What comes here? IS Gadget. IS Gadget, that is a publication from APTI Plus Institute. It's a very good compilation, very good collection. And a lot of questions are based on that because of the team which is doing research to get out those topics there. Then current affairs, IS Gyan. There is a website. Just visit the website of IS Gyan. Daily current affairs. Right? Questions, practice, right? At the same time, answer writing part, content, all this you'll find in IAS Gyan website. If you go to this IAS Gyan website, this one, IAS Gyan, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. करंट अफेयर्स में आपको काफी हेल्प मिलेगा. सारा कुछ इसमें है. डेली करंट अफेयर्स आप डाउनलोड कर सकते हो. यूपीएससी करंट अफेयर्स क्विज, आईएएस गैजेट मैगजीन, और पूरा का पूरा इसमें इस वेबसाइट में दिया हुआ है. आईएएस ज्ञान में एप्टी प्लस देयर, एंड विल फाइंड हियर, यू सी हियर दिस वन. इफ यू गो हियर, ऑनलाइन रिसोर्सेज, करंट अफेयर्स, डेली टेस्ट, प्रिपरेशन स्ट्रेटेजी, माइंड मैप, वीडियोज, everything you have. Abhyuday test this program, and you'll get all such blogs, videos, union budget, ethics case study, all this you find here. Everything you'll come across. When you go to here, we have all such things given here, editorial and all things. मतलब आपका टाइम बच जा रहा है. You can go to this compilation and can read that. That is what comes here. So this IS Gyan. Then APTI plus study materials, classroom study materials on environment. And since as a teacher I'm teaching here, so I give my own personal notes with the students right in the classroom, right? PYQ is why PYQ is important, because it make you aware of what is the standard of the question, how the things are going. Even APTI Plus has the test series program, बहुत अच्छा है, mentorship program, which really will help you to hone your skill, so that you will be able to clear all 3 phases of the exam, right? And for reference book, GKP publication, you can refer there, that Environment Ecology dynamic approach. So what is I'm telling here, don't go by all those kind of popular kind of things there. This is another thing which I am trying to make you understand as a teacher who has been teaching for so long this subject. And every year I know what type of things are going on. That's what I'm trying to make you understand, right? I hope this session from APTI Plus and from me as a teacher of APTI Plus really help you understand the pattern of the exam, type of questions which I've taken as sample questions, plus I have given the references, the website and all. PIB, you should also read PIB sources, Yojana and all this government program. तो मैं उम्मीद करता हूं कि जो मैंने बताया आज के सेशन में ठीक है, तो आपको समझ में आया. आप समझ रहे हैं कि एग्जाम में कैसे क्वेश्चंस आ रहे हैं, क्या पैटर्न है, कैसे तैयारी करना है, क्या क्या चीजों पे ध्यान रखना है, ठीक है, और क्या क्या सोर्सेस हैं. सो आई होप दिस रियली हेल्प्स, एंड आई थैंक APTI Plus from my bottom of my heart. At the same time, I thank all of you who are watching right now and trying to get it. If you have any doubt, any query, please don't hesitate. Please get back to us. Go to our website. You have a contact number. You can contact us. You can give a call to us. So we will be happy to help you out. कहीं भी कुछ भी चीज पूछना है आपको, आप बेहिचक हमसे पूछिए, हम लोग हेल्प करेंगे. प्लस एक साथ जो एज ए टीचर कुछ भी चीज है तो यू कैन ऑलवेज गेट बैक टू अस, राइट? सो आई थैंक APTI Plus and I thank all of you as the candidates appearing for the exam for your support and motivation, right? So all the best, do well. Thank you. Jai Hind. Thank you.